Boom, let's be honest podcast, maddest podcast, baddest podcast, never the saddest podcast. And today we have a comrade in the house. We have none other than Chris Henry.
Wagwan.
Before we start, people, I have to give you some credit, Ding. And we're not at Ding Dang here, so at Ding.com. Use the code LBA75 to get $15 or more for every $20 purchase you make on your first transaction. Politics. But before we get into the politics, let's get into you as an individual, upbringing, whereabouts. Are you actually Jamaican? Because sometimes we have the politicians who are not Jamaican.
No, I am.
So we have to make sure that you're Jamaican. So schooling, let's start there.
I went to Stella Maris Prep School, then I went to Arden, then I went to UA. Both bachelors and masters. So,
in what?
Law.
Okay.
So my bachelor's LLB, Bachelor of Laws. Then I went to the Norman Mandela Law School, have my practicing certificate. Then I have my master in laws in corporate and commercial law.
Okay. And then which side Jamaica you fall from?
I am come from Kingston and St. Andrew.
Okay. Kingston and St. Andrew?
St. Andrew. Let's say St. Andrew.
Upper St. Andrew? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not go around it. Upper St. Andrew.
Okay.
Upper St. Andrew.
And then now, so you're a lawyer first?
I am a lawyer, yes.
So why politics?
I have the drive from, I think the lawyer situation was a stepping stone. I've always wanted to be a politician. From when I got prep school, I've always wanted to give back to Jamaica and do something great for Jamaica. And politics was the way for me. Yeah. And
then now, is this a family thing?
No, I'm the first. The only political connection I can say is my great-grandmother, who was a party member of the People's National Party. My grandfather used to work for Tony Spalding in terms of contracts because he was an engineer, but that's the most of the connection. Everybody else.
So technically a born PNP.
Yeah.
I get it. And then what was the house like? What was the household like? Siblings, parents, all that?
I am the only child between my parents.
Both?
Both.
Wow.
They have others, but I didn't grow up with them. So I grew up like an only child.
Okay.
And then I grew up with my grandparents too. So they were up and I was here in Jamaica with the grandparents.
Okay, I get it. So now, every time people think about politics and politicians, I always think about promises and lies. So how can combat that and change the narrative?
I already started doing that. The people at Cassava Peace will tell you that when Mr. Henry say I'm going to do the X, he might not do it immediately, but him do it. Right? So any promise that we've made, we've kept. So, for example, we promised the people of Congo Town in Norbrook some street lights. Within the week, I got the street lights up. The same thing for the people of Grandspen Road on the other side towards Constant Spring. Promised them the street lights, got the street lights up. Same thing in Mannings Hill. So there are promises that I have made that I have kept. And you can rest assured that it will continue when I become the MP. Every promise that we make. So we help out certain people. We ensure that we encourage them to vote for us in terms of ensuring that we've kept our promises. And just don't throw away hat further than we can throw it.
No.
Yeah, so you pick the quote-unquote low-hanging fruit and just definitely help the people as best as you can.
Now before we stick up in real quick, let's talk about the PNP. How you get into the PNP? Obviously, look like you're a birthright PNP, but what was the steps? Is that a case where the youth, then you gradually go up, or it was law and then recruit you? What?
It was law, then not recruited, but I made myself known and then I eventually ended up there. I didn't go into the YO. I went straight to the Patriots. In fact, I'm the immediate past president of the Patriots. So I just demitted office now. Reverend Paul Blake is now the president. And that's how I entered the PNP. It was just going through that, being kind of like a vocal and then just entering the Patriots and then just doing the work. My first campaign was actually, I think, East Portland. Is East Portland or Southeast Sydney? One of them. It was East Portland with Damian Crawford. And I went down there, and that time was the first time I was exposed to what politics is really like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when he went up against
Anne-Marie.
Yeah. So now you're in the PNP. Was there ever a chance of you going to the JLP?
Nope. Nope. I never had no interest over there.
Mhm.
It is alleged at one time from my family that I said I wanted to see what Siaga like was a prime minister. But
Yeah.
I think I was like, if it was said, I was like 6 or 7.
Okay.
So growing up, there was the Blood and Fire documentary that everybody talks about. And that is how I learned. And I said, no, I can't go over so. PNP is for me.
Okay. And then now, how do they place MPs or who for run for whichever constituency? Is that a case where like you have to have some background in that constituency? Or is it a case where it's like them just, I don't know, based on your credentials, them just don't say you fit for that for solve these problems?
It's a mixture of things. They look on your background, they look on your connection to the constituency, they look also at the work that you do. So for example, North Central St. Andrew, where I am running, you wouldn't put any and anybody up there. You would ensure that the person has a connection to North Central St. Andrew as well as lawyer, Dr. Indian Chief. The background, the education, etc., that they can appeal to the wide cross section that is in St. Andrew, North Central.
And that's what I'd be weird. Kingston 8?
Kingston 8. So Norbrook, Cassava Peace, Manor Park,
Arcadia.
Whitehall Avenue. No, we don't go as far.
Okay.
That is over Delroy Chuck. Whitehall Avenue, off Reddy's Road, 100 Lane, Park Lane, those places, Common, Whitehaven, Sullivan Avenue, Maryvale.
So Avondale though?
No, we don't go as far as Avondale.
Okay.
Smokyville and Manningsville as well. We border with West Rural. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I get you. And then now, when you look on Reddy's Road, crime.
That's a major thing.
Yeah,
that
crime.
is a major thing. And I can say that crime has been reduced so far on Reddy's Road. It's not as bad as it used to be, but we still have some ways to go.
Yeah.
We still have some ways to go. And I intend to ensure that we continue the downward trend in relation to crime on that little belt there.
So as a potential MP, is that case where you feel like as an MP you're supposed to have a relationship with the quote unquote dons in the community? Or is that case where it's a zero tolerance and if you're a criminal or alleged criminal, we don't want that?
I don't operate like that. If you are a criminal and evidence is shown as an attorney, we can't really associate with you. But if there's rumors and there's no evidence, of course I'm going to associate you. Because we seem to have in this country blurred the line between community leader and don or criminality.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of these persons are community leaders. There's no real connection to criminality or the like. So you have to really assess the evidence before you make a judgment call as to how you're going to associate with what is a community leader or what is a don. So it's not, I wouldn't just write it off like that. I have to really see what is in front of me before I say, okay, I'm going to associate with X or I'm not going to associate with X.
And then now, we talked about promises earlier and you say the people of Congo Town?
Yeah.
Congo Town, they were behind Hill Road?
Yeah, not behind Hill Road. Like when you go Norbrook Crescent, that little place that goes up. Norbrook Crescent that goes around off Norbrook Drive.
Yeah.
There's a little place that the road kind of get bad, which is another promise we've made that once we are in, we are going to fix that road. That is Congo Town.
Yeah. So is that case, where do you allocate the funds from? Because you're not a part of the government or you're not an MP, so where do you get the funds from to do these things?
Where we get these funds is donations, and a lot of it, especially as a young MP candidate, comes out of our pockets. So we try our best to juggle the resources that we have to fulfill our promises.
Okay.
For example, the road can't fix until I become MP. So when I promise to fix the road, when I become an MP, trust me, may carry it through.
And then now, what about like certain places where we can know say them are just JLP forever or them are just PNP forever? Like how hard it is to swing these places, or them just can't be swing. Like for instance, at Tivoli. West Kingston, it's just like that's a stronghold.
I think, and my comrade candidate, Bonnie Witter, will tell you that he's run about 4 or 5 times and he feels that he can swing them. I think you just have to stay with the people. It's the people that decide certain things. The age of diehardism, for want of a better word, is dying. It is non-existent. There's no longer any safe seats everything is up for grabs. I don't think that there is any area that you cannot win. Things can swing and things can happen, because if you have a poor representative for umpteen number of years, the youth like me and you are not going to want to, continue the cycle. So there can be change in terms of the representative. And if you see the man from the other side performing better, then you say, let me give him a chance. And I notice that is a lot with the younger generation. Them say them done this die-hard something. This die-hard, in my mind, foolishness. If the man now work, vote him out. Give the other man a chance. And if you see the man, even as not as the MP yet, and him doing certain things, and him working on certain things, then give him a chance.
Yeah.
Give him a chance. And I think the younger generation has seen that.
Yeah. The JLP candidate going up against is Mr. Seiveright. Seiveright, right? Sorry for butchering his name. But he's more like a guy who's like, he's up. You see him everywhere.
Well, their side is in. He's a minister of government. So obviously he's going to have a bigger profile. And he's older than me. So he's been around this politics for a little while. He actually ran before, but in St. Thomas against Fenton Ferguson. And he wasn't successful there. So yes, he's going to have a bigger profile than me. So I am obviously the underdog. But in being the underdog, I have been on the ground longer than him, because I don't know if your viewers or yourself would have known, there was some tossing and turning between who would have succeeded Mr. Carl Samuda, who has been there for the past 45 years.
Oh, for that seat?
Yes, yes. And
so that's a stronghold then?
It is a stronghold, but I think it's more a Carl Samuda seat than a JLP seat.
Okay.
Because Carl switched to PNP and carried the seat over to the PNP while he was PNP.
Oh, okay. And then switch again?
And then him switch again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So them love Carl.
Them love Carl.
Okay.
Right.
So it's not a JLP.
It's not a JLP and PNP thing in my mind. It's a Carl thing. Right. And I don't know if Delano is going to have enough time on the ground to get to really know the people and their needs and what he is going to need to do to keep them so that they vote for him.
Yeah. So now that brings me to my next question. Whatever I have to say, I think sometimes politics turns into like a popularity contest. So it's just like, I don't know where Imam Promise or what Imam Promise, but I've seen this guy all the while. You get what I'm saying? I've seen him all the while. So sometimes I feel like that would have give him like an edge in a sense, because popularity is the thing. It's like, if you even look on the American elections, like Donald Trump is a mega star. Like before politics, you get where I come from? So you feel like, how do you work around that? Because not because we know you means that you're the best.
You see, how you work around that, Jamaican people like to, even though there's a popularity contest, they like to be able to say them can pick up them phone and call their representative. They like to be able to say, boy, so Mr. Henry come check me. Mr. Henry come and sit down with me and have a drink with me. And Mr. Henry say, him a go do X and him do X. So this is how we are getting around the popularity of Mr. Seiveright. We're staying on the ground. We're getting to know the people. We've known the people because we have been there, because there was a whole brouhaha, for want of a better term, within the constituency as to who will take over from Carl. So we have been with the people, stay with the people, and that's all you do. You just show them love. And you just stay with them, and they will make up their mind, they will make the right decision.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, now. So, is there a date for the general election?
No.
Okay, well, it's this year though, for sure.
It is this year. It has to be this year. He has in the Constitution 3 months after September, in the event of hurricane, natural disaster, anything. But he has to have it by law by September.
Okay.
Right? So we're in high gear now, because it's about to be July. We hear that there is a thought of an August or July election, so we just need to be prepared.
Okay. And then now the violence, political violence, what's your take on that? Do you think that's a thing of the past?
I think it is. I haven't seen it. I've seen Labor Right and Comrade hug up and dance the song. There was a video by Mark the other day when he was up in Papine, where our latest song, Blood and Fire Comrades, was playing, and the laborites were enjoying themselves to the song, and they were dancing with it. So I think political violence is a thing of the past. It has gone.
Yeah, but sometimes you see this is animosity. Like you see like a video with like I seen it twice. I say like I think Mr. Holness is going to a constituency and the diehard PNP supporters come and them just come just for not shaking, man. Like that was the whole purpose. Like I'll go and not shake. And then we see the same with Mr. Crawford.
Yeah. And then Mr. Crawford was actually encouraging his constituent to say, well, shake hands and no. And that is the beauty of democracy. I can choose not to shake your hand and I can disagree with you. So it's just so life go. So you still have people like that. I am not one of those people. Because, for example, I was at a function with my opponent and I saw him and we shook hands and we spoke for a little bit. So I am not like that, and I encourage my supporters not to be like that. But they are going to make it known, and this is just a Jamaican thing. Me not with you. Me can greet you, me can tell you hello, but me not with you. And my supporter, for example, I understand that today, as we speak, Seiveright is on the ground in part of my strongholds of Whitehall Avenue. And he went to one of my cluster managers. And my cluster manager shake him hand and say hello and thing. Just to hear his assistant bawl out, you know, convert she. And the way her mannerisms, because I know Jackie. The way her mannerisms, I know saying get the message long time. Say, just shake the hand and move on. You know? So you don't have to go to that extreme, in my view, for say, boy, I'm not support you. But you can make it known, say, boy, I'm not with you. Me know with you.
And then Mr. Golding, what do you think about his leadership and why Jamaica should choose Mr. Golding as the Prime Minister over Mr. Holness?
Mr. Golding is the right man for the job. Mr. Golding is the man with the experience and the man with the plan. Mark comes to the office clean of everything. He's not a career politician. He's actually a career attorney at law. He actually has an extremely clean heart. He actually has the Jamaican people in his mind, and he is perfect to run Jamaica as our Prime Minister. He does not see it, and I'm going through a little punch now, he does not see it as a meal ticket or a bank account. Right?
Yeah, I heard he's really.
Yeah,
I heard he really got it.
Yeah, he's fine. In terms of that, personally and wealth, he's fine. So he doesn't see that. He's here to serve the Jamaican people. And I think Jamaica will be better off for him being Prime Minister. He has a plan, and he has a team around him, inclusive of myself, because I'm the deputy spokesperson on Foreign Affairs. A team of persons around him that have the same vision and the same goal. So he is the man for the job.
Okay. You know, my father always said, Jamaica is a PNP country. The only time JLP win is when PNP people upset and then they vote. Is there any truth to that?
I think there's a grain of truth to it. I really do, because for example, 2020 is the perfect example of something like that. Because of COVID, a lot of people couldn't come out to vote. And they didn't. And we see the result, 49-14. And there was a very low voter turnout. So when you look at the statistics from the previous years, you can see that when the people turn out, the PNP usually goes in. So there's a part, some truth to it. There's some truth to it.
But to me, still, I feel like certain things, as even if I'm a young person anymore, because you know, I get up there. When I feel like I see the PNP enough, I gotta be honest. And then sometimes when I do see the PNP, it would be like some dance. I see like Skeng Dang or Danai, and you know, Danai daughter is going for a seat. Which is not a bad thing, you know, but it's just like
you leave Danishka out of this.
Yeah, but you know, it's just like when I see like, yo, this is where the PNP wants to take it. You know where I'm coming from? So don't get me wrong, I'm the average man who don't really follow politics. So what may I say, I feel like this it's really there that voters, the people now want, or the average guy, the day-to-day person, you know. Whereas me might there and me say, well, sure, me I live my nice life, but I feel like as a politician, I want to tell you, you know, say, listen, yeah, enjoy your life and yeah, make a money or whatever, but this can turn for you, if this not right, and them people are not gonna make it right for you. So that's why I have to vote over here. So
We have been saying that consistently.
Mhm.
All 63 of us have been saying that consistently. We have our plans, for example, housing, for example, in education. Damian has been touting his plan. He's been showing that, for example, the rural bus program is a three-card trick. Housing, we intend to give young people and the youth $500,000 towards their deposit to any home. We're planning to increase the housing stock for the young professional. So we have been touting our plans and saying our plans. And the messenger, the party leader has been very active on social media. He's been actively going to his various conferences on the ground. For example, last week he was up in Papine. The other day he was down in Mobi. He's been all over the island talking the plans and what we intend to do when we win the election.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And how we get to a better Jamaica, like better standard of living, like when you look on like minimum wage. Like, all right, look, what minimum wage right now?
I think minimum is around 15,000 or
A
so.
week?
I think so, yeah. Something
All right,
like that.
15,000 a week, and Jamaican police give you 10 grand ticket, like nothing. You get me, come from? It's just like, me don't know if 15,000 can buy me a one wholesale. So how do we get that to just like a better Jamaica, a cleaner Jamaica, where Jamaicans can enjoy Jamaica? Because enough time we even look upon the luxury side of Jamaica is really for the foreigners then. Beaches, we can't go to beaches, river charge, everything. So how we do that?
Oh, it's 16.
16,000 now?
16,000.
Okay.
My apologies.
Well, 1,000. Give thanks to the 1,000.
Right, 1,000. Right. All right. So let's start with the minimum wage thing. Our leader, Mark, has spoken of a livable wage. Instead of having this minimum wage that we keep moving, that anytime it move, the employers pass it on to the consumers. Have a wage that is set that you can live on. And we want to get to that point. The minimum wage was the first point, was the first stop. But we need to go to a wage now that is livable. And he would do consultations, obviously, as a government, that we establish a wage that one can live on and that we can hold that for a time being. So we can know that that amount is the livable wage, but it would be economically determined, right? In terms of it would keep a pace with inflation. So that would be one of the first things that we look at. In relation to parts of Jamaica that you see is only for foreigners, it must be remembered that it was the People's National Party that first invited Jamaicans to vacation in their own home. Not when me I grew up, but when my people them did young, but used to fly out. Michael Manley came and said, we have all these fabulous places, go to the place, go enjoy it. And that is how a lot of us started to go to the all-inclusives, a lot of the hotels down on the North Coast. So it is us again now that is going to now encourage Jamaicans to stay and to provide incentives to our hotel industry to encourage locals. And I've seen it because, for example, I think I was online the other day. Half Moon is offering, I think, 40% off to Jamaican residents.
Yeah, I think once you call them,
yes, I buy me a Jamaican. Yeah, so it was the PNP that started all of that, right? That encouraged them to say, make the locals come. So we need to encourage this. I think the parts of Jamaica that look very foreign are those that belong to the foreign investors. We need to add our incentives to encourage them, which we intend to encourage them to bring locals in. And some of them have taken on to it. For example, Princess has special local rates as well. Princess Excellence, yes, in Negril. They have special local rates as well. So we just need to encourage them to continue along those lines. So how do we reach a better Jamaica? Some of the plans that we have established is how we are going to do it. Everybody wants to own a piece of the rock. Everybody wants their own little place. We can push them key in, we turn and say that. We are coming with that. We intend to build, I think it was said, I think 5,000 units per month or something along those lines of housing stock to this country. We intend to give, as I said earlier, the young professionals 500,000 towards a deposit. Rent to own, big thing. I hear it is taking off. We are intending to establish rent to own. So you pay your rent, piece of it go as rent, and then another piece go towards a deposit. And you continue till eventually you own the place. And you stop paying rent and you don't have no mortgage following thereafter. Right? In relation to education as a nation, if we are going to move forward, we need to be educated. Hungry children can't learn. We are promising and we are going to have an ease program wherein 2 meals a day are given to the students. First is breakfast, second is lunch. So no child is left behind in relation to.
So isn't that the PART program that doesn't do that?
The PART program gives them 1. No. Okay. We intend to increase it to 2. Right? I don't want to go as far as into agriculture, but we intend to revolutionize agriculture. We want to start a small tax on imported goods that come in so we build up our local agricultural stock. But those are some of the things that we plan to do to make a better Jamaica. Because time comes for a better Jamaica.
Yeah, because we suffer from brain drain and all that. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I feel like me encourage it. I'm not gonna lie, my friend, you know, is a KC with me. Right, you know? And why they mean up on the phone? I must say, bro, man, if you're rich, you know, you're bright, you know? Like, you're really, really bright. Because you take, get him degree in engineering. I said, bro, just run off, bro. Just run off.
I don't want him to run off. I don't want him to run off just yet. I don't want him to run off. Especially the engineers. Especially the STEM people, the science and the technology persons. I want them to stay. Because it's them going to put Jamaica in that position. Not me like liar. All we do is argue and make sure we protect them rights when them create things. We want the engineers, etc., to stay in Jamaica and build Jamaica. And we're just going to create the conditions to do just that.
Yeah, man, them need people in a certain jobs and, you know, have money. Like, when I hear say you're a doctor, you just have money. You know what I say?
Yeah.
You're a doctor, you have money. And I'm supposed to have begging and tell me say the paycheck. What do you mean the paycheck?
But you see, that comes back to another problem, and again, I'm going to do a shameless stone throw. The man them give themselves 300% increase. And the doctor them have to beg for at least 10, 15. Nurses, everybody, policemen, teachers especially. Yeah. And the man them give themselves 300% increase. Right? That 300%, them could have said, no, I'm not take no increase, I'm going to take a nominal increase. And give the half, not even half, majority of that 300% to the nurses, teachers, policemen, for sure. Doctor them, everybody.
Now, to be honest, most of this, anybody who...
The one that hurt me before, sorry to cut you, Jay, but the one that hurt me the most are the civil servant them. The civil servant them will actually supposed to make you look good and supposed to run the country, like the day-to-day running of the country. You offer them 0.8% increase. That can't work. And then just giving yourself 300%. No.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Because I look on teachers. I say, if you want to teach and this day and age, you really just love teaching.
Yeah.
Really just
especially,
love teaching.
And if you don't, I just a run off. You really love Jamaica too.
Yeah. Because, again, I remember attending Arlington tournament, there's enough time I never have it, and teachers going and fill them pocket. And come to find out, them they have a pocket for going on.
There we go.
You understand? There and them are going the same way. And, you know, them are make sure so the youth them good same. And they play so much roles. Mother, father, so much things them play upon a day-to-day basis, and then them not get paid. That doesn't make sense.
You know, it's awful how we've treated our teachers. It is awful. And I'm the chairman of primary school, Seiveright Primary to be exact. And we have to be fighting with the ministry to get the grant on time, which is to run the school, and the subvention into the tuck shop. And the teachers have to be going into their pocket and their very minimal salary. And a lot of them, you know, they won't tell you, but them live off loans. And then when sometimes them paycheck come, you see deduction, and the poor lady them, I don't know. I don't know. Right.
So for the youth them, if you suppose a guy up on the fence now, a young lady up on the fence, and I say, listen, just get my visa, you know. And why I don't know, I mean, I see what this foreign thing about. What you that tell them for say, you know, Jamaica is the place for you as a born Jamaican?
As a born Jamaican, I would say that firstly, a change of government coming. One. And that change of government looks exactly at the needs of young people. And that this is why it's very important for you to vote. But that's another conversation for another time. We are going to do, as I said, the housing. We're going to improve your education. We're going to try to create a livable wage rather than a minimum wage. We are going to try to boost our creative industries, for example, like UJ. We're going to have a fund that speaks to creatives to help them for the publication of their productions, everything, right? We're going to ensure that certain committees meet in relation to creatives. And we're going to ensure that young people have a chance to enjoy Jamaica and to build themselves in Jamaica. And we need to ensure that, and for example, also that we're going also try to keep crime down. It's not an election promise, but it's been trending down. We're going to keep the trend going, right? And just make it be a safe, profitable place for everyone. You know. So I just want to tell the young people, hold on, help is coming. Help is on its way.
I know we'll see recently the crime is down, but the I don't want to say murders, but shooting or police killing, that's kind of skyrocketed.
It has. It is an issue. Not an issue I really want to discuss. But it's an issue that there should be some cause for concern. Because we do have a system here in Jamaica that the police are entitled to defend themselves.
You're sure?
If they're shot upon. But how are we so sure that they have been shot upon or they have been attacked? Right? So it would be preferred that you bring in the perpetrators to justice. But that's another thing that we need to fix, which is the justice system, because the long meandering time to take to get to justice.
Yeah, there was a guy who MC Michael Manley PG everybody while he was behind bars up to now.
And him just get out and him get a $multi-million settlement.
Yeah, which I think that is too low.
Right? So
how them calculate that, you know, as a lawyer?
Yeah, I do. It's supposed to be exemplary and punitive. They call money in law damages. And I don't know, I guess because of I think it was how many years he was
52 or something like that.
Something like that. They said that him still can work or something. I don't know, him still can work. But the court knows best. I wasn't involved in that matter. So only the lawyers who were for the person can really tell you the calculation as to the quantum of the award.
Are there certain laws in Jamaica? Why we don't just like a revisit all the laws in Jamaica?
They're
like, you know, we get locked up for cuss word.
You know, because it's contrary to freedom of speech, yes. Yeah. And then, for example, the Obia Act as well. I don't know. You can just whisper to the person doing Obia and you arrest them. Right?
That nobody free up. I think. See, you're nobody free up.
No, it's still on the books.
But he want to free it up though.
He wanted to free it up because it is alleged him lay a table of Seiveright, but that's a different story.
Yeah. I want a rock fort.
Right.
I'm telling them.
I just story we hear.
Yeah, I read headline politics. I really don't know.
Real story here. But there are a number of laws on the books that don't make no sense. For example,
breaking law.
Right. The larceny.
Yeah.
The larceny.
And you run concurrently, you can't get more than 18 months or something like that.
Right. So that's one. While the Companies Act has reached somewhere, there's still some amendment that we need because it's still a bit cumbersome to create your company and to be an entrepreneur. During our last stint in government, we had eased doing business in Jamaica. We created the super farm where you sign up everything and you lodge at a company's office and you get all your business things them one time. We want to take it to another step now and improve the ease of doing business. For example, okay, you get your TRN, you get your 1 year TCC, everything. We want to reach to a point now where, for example, give them 2 years, increase the time for the TCC, ensure that you give them probably some lessons on share capital and all that sort of things. So we want to ease doing business in Jamaica. That, for example, you don't have to have this bag of paper. We need to reach e-filing.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to that point now, even with the courts, that we're going to start e-filing documents. Instead of having, you have to send Bureau, go down with the signed document, etc., etc. I will give the Companies Office credit now because they've begun to set e-sign documents. But we want to reach now to e-filing. And I think our side has made that promise regarding e-filing and the like.
Yeah, we definitely need to get to plan a digital system. Like, I must say someone get locked up. And then have the big book. The big book still there.
Yeah, man, I know. So the big book still there because still there Constant Spring, which is in my constituency. Where them write down everything and we can't continue like that. Even with land titling, I hear that they've started to look into e-titling. I think we need to get there as well. We still have to be sending because, for example, thank God me turn a lawyer. My grandparents did last the title for the 2 pieces of land we have. So I had to do a last title application that took forever. I think we can speed up that process. One of the major things as well is the law in relation to adverse possession.
That's the thing where like you pay off somebody tax and
right, that's paying part, and I'm going to dispel this myth from now. Paying off the tax is not the only thing you have to do. You have to sit down on the line if you do acts of possession. Yeah, and I'm glad you want to can. Everybody have tell me about you can capture people else. Listen, I'm not capture nobody else. Somebody is a bad man thing that. Right. But is that case where all right, let's say somebody owe tax for 10 years. And how long is the adverse? 12? Adverse is 12. All right. So do I have to pay the 12 years like individually or can I do it one time? You can do it one time. So once the 12 years backed up, I just can pay it. Correct. And then some of that's the first tick. Yep. And some of them have to dep on the land. You have to dep on the land. So it's not breaking and entering? In a sense, but it has to be peaceful. So everybody in the neighborhood and the owner can know, say, boy, John Brown gone from Milan, you know. If the owner don't do nothing, forget you off, and you did the peaceful, you know, run him down or you run him off or nothing. 12 years gone, you can apply for the title. So that means, so do I have to be on the land for 12 years? You have to be on it, not literally be on it, but you have to do like what them call acts of possession. So you have to clean it off. From time to time, you fence it round, you refresh the fencing. If you want to build a little house pan, if you want to plant pan it, all them little things there. Okay, all right. So it's a confusion now. So when people hear the 12 years, them just think about paying the money for 12 years. Right, but you're saying, even if I see a property, inquire about it and realize that there was 12 years old already and I paid that off, I still have to stay on that property for 12 years. Correct. Okay. Correct. And then now, let's say the owner just come out, just get the vote. So I come back for him place. All that go now. If the adverse possession title go through, then him have to go prove fraud for defeat that title. Because we have a system called the Torrent system. And they call it Torrent system because it came from Australia. And the man did name Torrents or something like that. His idea is that any dealing on the title, like transfer, you is the owner, etc., it is indefeasible. What I mean by that is only fraud can defeat it. So unless the dealing is shown to be fraudulent, you cannot defeat it. Yes, somebody at tax office put you on. Yeah. Or somebody, the liar put you on and say, yeah, X, Y, Z. Yeah. Them go on a fraud like them own. So he now, as a deported person, now would have to show, say, even when him did up there, him did make sure him that keep him land, him that try run you off, him did try do this, him that try do that. So him have to prove fraud. Say you get the title by a fraud, you let me, you tell lie. So if him can't prove that, you're good to go. And then if the owner come back in a year 6, him good to go. Yeah, man, if him come back in a year 6 and him start tell you to come off in land, yeah, him alright. Alright, but him broke the time. So like somebody else that I pay for the taxes, do the owner owe him now? No. Okay. Just tell him thank. Okay, because somebody tell me say if you pay somebody else's taxes, they don't owe you with interest. No, not go so. All right. I'm just tell you thank you and move on. Man just tell you thank you and move on. So how often that happens in Jamaica? It actually happens pretty often.
Word.
More than a lot of people think, because person that on the land and pay the tax and then the owner come back. Owner say, yo, come off. And then the owner, but the man say, but me pay the tax time when you go to courthouse. That is not the only thing we need to hear from you. We need to say, just meet the 12 years. So the owner come back, as you say, in a year 6, year 7. And stop the time from run.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. There's some look uptown, confiscate still.
There are a few up there, yes. There are a few up there.
And that does come in just for make sure, say, like, when I have abandoned houses?
No, what the idea was with the adverse possession law is that the crown or anybody, you mustn't make land stay idle. You must put the land to use. So if somebody come and put the land to use and you sit down there and make it happen and you hear say it happen and you just sit down there, they should begin to own it.
So it can do it's only for like houses?
No, you can do it for empty land as well.
Okay.
Yeah, man. For empty land as well. In fact, I have a client that I'm fighting one right now, but I have to say it's fraudulent that she get the title, the adverse possession person. But we're working on it. Working on that one.
For young entrepreneurs, that seemed like getting funds. That seemed non-existent in Jamaica. How can I help the young entrepreneurs of this country get some funds and get out them dreams and get them business going?
The young entrepreneurs of the country, I have actually put them, speaking for my constituency, we intend to put aside about 10 to 20% of the CDF, the Constituency Development Fund, for what we call a business startup fund. So you come to me, and you come to my team that are going to put in place, and we hear you out, like a business meeting, like a board meeting, and you tell me your business plan and what you're going to do, and we're going to give you some business capital. So that is one of the ways we're going to do it. It's so hard sending things across Jamaica or receiving things sometimes. We want to improve the zip mail. We want to tell you that the post office has made some strides, They are really stepping into the 21st century now. Because you remember one time, you go to post office, nobody not there. Pure old people collect them pension. No, them reach a thing now where them do this thing with zip mail, where you can send things to and from in the quickest set of time. We want to improve on that and expand that, right?
Yeah.
So the entrepreneurs, and we also, I think the party has a plan for when we're in government, which part of the entrepreneur plan is the Creatives Fund. There's going to be an entrepreneur fund, a small business, but I think we're going to break it down to the constituency level. Because interestingly, Mark Golding in his constituency, South St. Andrew, has an entrepreneurial fund that gives some, not all of it, but some of the startup capital to young business
I'm
people.
asking now, what are the steps we're going to take for make sure that people don't abuse these funds?
We have to see the business plan. You have to make a presentation to us. You have to show us how you're going to turn it over. Because we're going to give you the start, but if it failed, then boy, you can't say we're not the full part. We've given you the start. We need to see the business plan so that you know how you're going to turn it over, how you're going to grow 10,000 to 100,000, etc., before we even disburse the funds to you, right? And we want to bring in the big business people. So we want to work with a Adam Stewart. We want to work with a Leachin, and we want to work with all those other big names, Chris Williams.
That's
Proven. Right. And in our party we have some entrepreneurs. We have even the leader of our party is an entrepreneur himself, Peter Bunting, etc. And we want to work with them so that they can hear some of the plans and they can actually give input and advice to the young entrepreneurs as to say, all right, not do it that way, do it the other way, yeah, and you're guaranteed to make a profit, etc. And just build young people that way as well.
And then now you even look at your sports. So sportsmen leaving.
It's painful for some people like Dona and the other one, the Hibbert, leaving because they have provided so much for us. But if a man going to offer me how much $1,000, me not have to go. It just goes to show that sports in Jamaica is not getting the attention that Auntie Babsy thinks she's giving it. Auntie Babsy seems to be a one-woman band. I don't think she have a committee. She's trying to blame the Jamaica Olympic Association and JAAA. I don't think the blame lies at them. I think they've done what they can with the limited resources. what she needs to do, and it come back to the 300% increase. So, but that 300% increase could have got to a sporting fund for the athletes, right? And yes, there is a sporting fund, but it's not going on with anything, and we're not really supporting our athletes. Remember, Asafa came out the other day and said one time he couldn't even, I think he nearly never pay him light bill.
Yeah.
And we have these people, and yes, them get them endorsements, but the government needs to do more in relation to taking care of our athletes. Come on, man, have them insurance fund. Have the insurance fund for them family.
Yeah, and you were saying that things were promised to him as well.
And not come of it, you know. So we really need to look at that, and we intend to look at it, and to ensure that our athletes get the recognition they deserve and the due that them deserve.
Yeah, and the stadium. The stadium needs a remodeling, which was promised in 2019. I remember after the budget show, and nothing to this day.
We intend to fulfill that promise. The stadium needs to be modernized.
But when I get this money from though for do all these promises?
The same place where them get for their money. Because
for the 300.
That's the 300, and then they made a how much $1 trillion budget a while ago. The same place where them get for their money, and the same place where I get for one, right? Which is taxes, etc. It's the usage of how we use the tax money is the problem, you know. It's not so much that we now get the tax money, because there's been an increase in compliance for tax collection, revenue collection. So it's just how them using it. Them now use it in the right way. And then, you know, there's the specter, the ghost of illicit enrichment and corruption.
That's the one illicit 8 now?
I think I 8 to reach.
Oh.
Yeah, 9, one of them. That all of a sudden these people have acquired millions of dollars and nobody can account for where they got it from. So this is everybody talk about them not know how corruption affect them daily life. See how it affect it there? When a man corrupt and thief from the government, certain programs can be properly funded, and the sporting one is a prime example of it. Road infrastructure. I have a pothole that if I drop in it on Whitehall Avenue, I swear I go to China.
Right? A portal.
It's a portal, right? It's a portal. That is one. There's another one in and a place called Sunset Drive. And then, as I said, Congo Town have no road, right? So this is the symptomatic side effects of corruption, because one man have all the money when it's supposed to go them place in his pocket. Yeah.
You know, we talk about voting. Sometimes I feel like we as voters, I've never voted before. I should vote. How many for vote? A voter's ID?
Yes. Well, you don't need a voter, but you need to go up on the list.
Oh, you go up on the list? The list closed?
Yes, it's closed now for the next election. Unless him delay it.
So why though? Why list have to close?
Because they close it from time to time.
You can't just get up on his feet and want to vote.
No, you can't just get up and feel like you want to
premeditate and want to vote.
Premeditate say you want to vote.
So we're not campaigning for them premeditate.
No, because we campaign to the people they put the list, because some of them get up long time and say them have to vote out them people here when they are now. So when them do that, them go and them go to the electoral office and
what? I don't like that system there at all. I suppose I can get up and know say election are going and I say, what him I say? Or what she I say? I say, all right, then may I vote. So how long ago it close off?
From May.
From May, what do you hear that? So how long, what was the deadline? How long would I get? Like,
there was 3 months before that.
Oh.
I think it's from February they opened up.
Oh, okay.
So February, March, April, yeah. So it's about 3 months.
I have 3 months to decide if I'm going to vote or not.
Yeah.
Just,
and then no, hold on, no. Then they go open back up again. If him don't call it by September, it go open up back again.
Okay.
And you can get, and then him going to have a December list.
All right. So, that's about voting now. I feel like sometimes we as Jamaicans, we're not really voting for the MP. We're voting for the Prime Minister.
That is true.
You get me what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, more Mr. Owen is in power, or more Mr. Golden in power. But in reality, I don't really think about where you live. Say, yo, even though want Mr. Golden in power, this JLP candidate is the better candidate for this constituency.
Yeah.
How we navigate around that? Because that don't really make no sense to me, if you get me where I come from, right? Because yes, we get the Prime Minister what we want, but we don't get the MP who are the best for the constituency.
Well, you see, the simple answer to that is that all politics is local. So even if you not get you need to think about your MP before you think about the Prime Minister. Because the Prime Minister won't become the Prime Minister unless the MP is elected. Because it have to be the first set of 32 for pass for get elected. The first party to get 32 seats is the winning party. You have to think about your local problems before you reach a Prime Minister. Yes, you're right, Mr. Holness, but the PNP man are going with something.
Yeah.
So, in my view, if the PNP man are going with something, that speaks to the party's decision-making process. That it is also on par and that they thought about who they put there and that therefore that will translate on the national level. So, if Mr. Golden goes in as the Prime Minister, then therefore we have a good Prime Minister and we have somebody who are going to make Jamaica move. Right? Sorry, Mr. Tufton, for use or something, but make Jamaica move, right? So you have to think about. So that's why I said the old time phrase that say all politics is local. Think about your local representative before you think about Prime Minister.
Okay.
Because if you say no, and I think that problem reared its head in actually is rearing its head in St. Mary, Western St. Mary, where Bobby Montague, and I've heard it on the radio, that Bobby is a terrible MP, but then rate Mr. Holness. And them a beg Mr. Holness.
Use somebody else.
Beg you. And Mr. Holness now seem to listen. Yeah? And that just speaks to that if him now listen to him people for change somebody, or him going to listen to the rest of it. Right? So think about the local politics on a local level when you're voting for your MP. Right? And that person is the right fit because it will translate into the right party being in government.
No. About the voting something there, we need to forget that corrected, bro. Honestly.
It's a constitutional, it speaks to constitutional reform. I think that it's an idea, I haven't said it to my side yet, and they probably will hear this, is that instead of, and they can correct me if I'm wrong, instead of having this cutoff point for a certain list, you have every month you do enumeration and you constantly update the list. And you constantly refresh it, and every month a new list is generated. But you're going to hear say we don't have the resources, but we need to put the resources in place to ensure that something like that takes place.
No, 100%. Because I think about it right now. Did I see a billboard? So I need to go get.
It went around, but you'd have to be of a political nature for really.
And that's what I'm saying. But that doesn't make sense because I'm a Jamaican.
Yeah, I agree.
And we not run the actual country. You know what I say? When you can take up pick side right now and the man and bam with. We have to make sure say, we have good leaders. Not because me not follow politics day to day. I'm supposed to know say, yo, if you want to vote, you need to do this. Yeah. And that should have been broadcasted like, it's supposed to be plastered all over Jamaica.
I agree.
Me I talk about every government place, people supposed to go. If you can do it there, people come and sign up you or in the schools, UE, because you don't the young people, them, you know what I say, because them are the future for Jamaica. Yeah, we can't understand. No, so now, all the campaigning, me there now, me I see a campaign, I say, boy, I'm not like, I love where I go, I love where he or she say, and then it's like, I can't vote.
I can't vote.
That don't make no sense.
And then that's the first thing the EOJ will tell you when you go to the office. So, boy, the list close off. You can get for the next list, but...
The next list for the next 5 years or 4 years?
No, yeah. Or I think the next list would come out September. Yeah, the next list. Right.
That's a if.
That's a if him not correct. Well, no. Whether I'm correct or not, it's going to come out.
Oh, so we can go on the list?
Yeah, you can go on the list.
Oh, when? I'll promote that. We're not on the list because we want everybody
to vote. The next list will come out the 30th of September. But at the rate things are going, you won't be able to vote in this election. But you will be able to vote.
I'm confused again.
Hold on.
Now vote the election, I'm not vote.
No, you're not going to vote in that election. You can't vote in that one, unfortunately. You can't vote in that one.
You'll call it
before September, or like before the 30th of September.
Okay.
Yeah. But what really should happen is that you should be able to vote as a citizen of
the country. Yeah, a driver's license.
18 years old, you need constitutional reform.
Yeah, I have a TR and something like that.
Yeah, I think we're going to reach that.
So America's there?
Yep.
Yes.
No, let's go.
You can just go.
Yeah, you can just go. You're a citizen, you can go.
You can go. Citizens have the right to vote.
No, man, we never know, sir. So come here. Because Somebody I tell me something if you can find some list. So me I say,
Yeah,
but the
voters
list,
list,
we
electors
can
list.
sign up for the list.
Enumerated.
You have to be enumerated, which means you would go.
So what I mean, we can have a criminals and one of them background check or something.
No.
It just means
I'm just say them say, you can't vote.
You have
Like
to vote in a constituency, so
Yeah.
it's tied to your address. So they have somebody that
Oh.
comes to check that you live at the place
Verify
and
you.
verify you. So that means that when you go to vote, so I'm in a particular constituency, they'll tell you your polling station.
So that can stop corruption.
Precisely.
Okay, I'm getting. But I'm gonna say still, man. I said nobody with me, I said nobody come around.
I think what had happened, why we've reached this system, is that in years gone by, in the past, everybody could have voted, but then ballot used to stuff. And people when you come from the area used to vote.
No, mama, I like that, but man, I say the promotion of this and the knowledge, they like that.
Lacking. So,
because one can do a poll. But you can do a poll and ask people if they know this stuff, because I first
a lot of people don't, so we need to encourage EOJ and even the parties coming together, which they kind of are on EOJ or the Electoral Commission, to just increase the education of how you get to vote and how the voting system really works.
For this election, you think the young people are turn out?
Yes. I have a very strong feeling. Very strong feeling. Why do I feel that way? Because the young people are not seeing their future. And the young people, interestingly, have seen 9 years of this side. A lot of them born and come as a JLP. Or like they were too young when the PNP had demitted office. Right? So some of them are actually eager to say exactly, which I think happened with my generation, but in reverse.
Yeah. Majority of my child was PJ.
Yeah, right, and my time too. So it happened in reverse. So them, not me, them did want to see what the JLP was like. I think it's in reverse now. I think they want to see what the PNP is like. And I think they want to see the PNP is saying some good things in relation to young people. They want to give. And we have, I think, the largest slate of younger candidates. The JLP coming like a retirement home right now. And they used to accuse us of it, but you can see clearly. We have me, I have Danishka Williams, you have Omar Newell over in Central St. Mary.
But they have Mr. Holness. They have Mr. Holness as a young guy.
Yeah.
And he's very hip. He's a very hip person. I can't ever lie.
Yeah, he's the hip.
Yeah.
It's very forced hip. It's a very forced hip. I would counteract that with Mark used to sit down up at Augustown all the while.
Yeah, he told me.
Right.
So my family is from Augustown too, you see?
Yeah.
I tell you something uptown youth. All right.
Right, so...
Man, some of them are godfather, you know?
Oh, really?
Mr. Ferguson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 52 is a very young man.
Mark Golding is 59.
Yeah, so it's not a far age gap between the two of them.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, if you for, like, we're all Mr. Holness talk, like, it means something like, every get a youth that one star. And him come run Spanish Town. Well,
the only thing, Mark, as I said, Mark used to live in Augustown. Not live literally, but yeah.
Nearby.
And well, his wife is from Augustown.
Oh, okay.
Mrs. Golden is from Augustown. He met her up there, because he always used to be up there. Is a real article. He's hip too. But as I said, with Andrew, it seems forced. When you're in a room with Mark and you're vibing with Mark, is Mark getting authentic Mark? It's not forced.
And so, all right, Mr. Holness, would I be a career politician? Like him, that's what he does.
Yes. He's never had a job. Versus Mark Golding.
With a corporate lawyer.
Corporate lawyer, partner in one of the leading law firms in this country, right? And then when he went into politics, he didn't even go in as a quote-unquote MP. He went into the upper house as a senator. No,
Senate.
He was on some boards, and then he was appointed to the Senate by Portia. And during that time, he was a Minister of Justice in the Senate, and he piloted a number of bills. For example, one that I know the young people like to hear about is the legalization of ganja. Mark literally piloted that through the Houses of Parliament. So no more would you get a criminal record for having a spliff. You can just have your spliff and you move on with your life, right? And that is Mark Jefferson Golding. A lot of the legislation in relation to the IMF and to the economic reform, etc. That was Mark Golding. So Mark is not somebody who just career politician like a Andrew Holness. He is somebody that actually has put in the work.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And then, I've asked a question before earlier. You've talked about entertainment. Where you feel like the PNP can do for get entertainment on a different level? Because sometimes I look on, like, even with me and the media, like, I look on it and I say, remember me, I grew up Sunday, you want to see a Royal Palm Estate.
Yes,
You know what I say?
yes.
IT and fancy cat. Like, right now, we have nothing.
On TV.
Like, right now, Love Island, everybody I watch and big up to Love Island. But me I say, you have to me say, nobody can take it up and say, Jamaica itself is a reality show. Itself.
Well, I
Like,
remember,
right?
as much as controversial it is, I remember our teachers pet.
Like, you know what I say? Like, we don't have nothing on local media for say hours. I look on Netflix and there's this thing named Young Famous Africans. And I'm like, yo, I want to visit South Africa just because, you know what I say? We have Squid Game where I translate them. I mean, I say we have so much talent here. And we don't have none of that.
No, you see, this is, and I come back to it, this talk about the Creatives Fund. We are going to fund our creatives to create things like Royal Palm because we know the legacy of our culture, you know, we know the legacy of the type of productions we've done in this country throughout the years. So we want to encourage that. So that is why we're going to have the production fund. For example, Auntie Babsy has been the culture minister for, I think, the past 9 years. There's a committee that is supposed to meet, I think a cultural committee, I forget the name. My comrade and my friend Deborah Hicklin can correct me when she sees this. And I know she will bawl out as she sees it too. That committee has never met. How to guide the creative industries, that committee has never met. And that is an indictment on Auntie Babsy. She has basically pushed us backwards. Even it feels almost as if it's even before independence. Because after independence, we used to have Miss Lou talk about ringing and all these things, and they're on TV and what it. We have Royal Palm, as I say, all the creative. Oliver Samuels, Titus in town, all them something there. Them something that disappear.
Granny.
Yeah. Lime Tree Lane. Right? All them something that disappear and we don't understand what has happened. And that committee has not met at all in the past 9 years. It's been on the Auntie Babsy show. And she...
Yeah, but to me, it's been like a photo up.
It's been like precisely.
I'm not gonna hold you. It's been like a photo
up. It's been like a
something
photo up.
Something not going.
Aye. That's it. So we now need to give a jump start to our creatives again. We need to have them show them back panty. Well, not directly those shows, but Jamaican creativity need to be.
We literally don't have a show.
No, we don't.
We don't have nothing we can say represents for this generation. Come on, look at Brian or Royal Palm. You don't understand Sonny T and Richard and them look at things.
Mr. Blackburn.
Yeah, but you know for even IT and fancy cat. Why that stop?
I don't funding again. And then the network, because of the privatization of TVG, they operated like in foreign, NBC, CBS.
Yeah.
They operate like that. Them probably claim, I don't know the exact story, but they probably claim the ratings weren't there. Because so we love foreign things from time to time. But you still want to see them something up on TV.
No, we need them something there. We really do. Well, of course I have social media, but me I talk about like something we can say real production. Like a sitcom, something.
And we don't have nothing like that. Nothing at all.
You don't even have a studio to
film these things in. All the networks have their studios and it's cramped spaces. The best creativity we have is probably Smile Jamaica or CVM at Sunrise or the news production programs. Them don't have anything. Or as you said, Jamaica's a reality show. So when the reporter report on something and
this is a blast. This is a blast.
Yes.
This is a blast.
And our TikTok creators, I give them credit where credit due.
It was the bartender though, but it died out after COVID.
Oh yes, that's it.
What's that?
It was a series of
bartender
on YouTube. You look forward to it every week, but it.
I don't even know about that one.
Yeah, man. We need some of them. We need some of them things that in our Jamaica industry. Like when we look on the culture, I say, yo, really and truly. I get Americanized so much.
Yes.
And then even when you look on things like where like the youth them would have say like Kappa. Alright, yo, yeah, cap is like, yeah, we always take from America, but we normally put one thing, but there's not really much to really put these days.
No, there's not.
'Cause we don't have nothing. Not half
all.
ourselves.
It's actually very sad, and it hurts me that we have to be like we really gone, and for say it in a foreign affairs term, we really look like we're gone in America backyard. And we not used to in a nobody backyard. We are a country, to quote Michael Manley, who walks on our feet and not on our knees.
Yeah.
And that is just one of the symptoms of the lack of cultural and creative industry investment. And not just talking monetary, but attention that is needed to put our presence out there. Because we really have become very Americanized. I just said Love Island and watch more than
Yeah, no, yeah, you have what you call it? Watch parties in Jamaica now for Love Island. Alright, so music now. You know, PNP has the stars, you know, Vibes Cartel, Chronic Love, Popcorn, you name it. People normally have this idea or this narrative that the politicians switch. As soon as them get in power, they might attack the music now. What certain things you believe say there's nothing in the music, and then is that case where it's like it's freedom of speech and who want to take it, I can't tell the man what to do. Why your stance on that?
Honestly, I can't take, and it's me personally, I can't take scamming music and the gun music. I can't take a gun music. Give me the slackness tune them and the girl tune them all the while. But I can't take the scamming and the gun music them. And then it's like, you know, you have to say how much marrow you leak out, how much this, how much people you scam, me not really.
And then as a man now where you have in the streets and go talk to a mother who just lose them, so in the half Reddy's Road or whatever the case may be. Yeah.
Half a Reddy's Road, half a Whitehall Avenue, even in a cassava piece. I have to talk to them and then at the same time, when you go check the youth them, the little brother of the man we're just losing life, I listen how much money, how much man X shoot and why shoot.
But you know, I was gonna
that can mean still.
Yeah, but I was gonna say this earlier in one of the episodes that if you look on the dancehall, no, there's a decline in gun songs, just like there's a decline in crime.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. And I'm very happy to hear that we somebody's slackness will come back. Because me as a man, don't judge me, but me as a man, I love his slackness. And I love the girl tune them. I can't take the gun tune them. The bag of I shoot out in marrow, lay down and
so you're not gonna shoot out marrow dub.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. We're not in no shootout dub. No.
I feel you. No. Well, Mr. Henry, it was a lovely interview. God for your posture and thing. Yeah. But before we go, tell the people them why they should vote for you come this general election.
Because it's time for a change. Time come for a change in St. Andrew, North Central, Norbrook, Allardyce, Charlton, Cassava Peace, Congo Town, Whitehall Avenue, 100 Lane, even Park Lane, Common, Sullivan, Maryvale, all of you have suffered for far too long. It's time for a real representative. It's time for fix it and everybody wins with Chris.
Yep. All right. Let's be honest. This is Chris Henry and we're gone.